Ever wish you could scale your affiliate program without cloning yourself? Well, in this episode, I'm breaking down the exact ways that I use AI to run affiliate programs more efficiently and effectively, and how you can do it too. If you're ready to take your affiliate program and your business to the next level, well, you're in the right place. I'm Matt McWilliams, best-selling author and 4-time affiliate manager of the year, and I've built dozens of affiliate programs from the ground up to over $1 million a month. I'm here to show you how you can do it too. Let's get started. All right, well, if you've been listening to the last 3 or 4 episodes, I've kind of been teasing this one. And I wish I was a smarter marketer and I would say, I did that on purpose. I said that I'm going to be doing this episode or these episodes, and this is going to be a series. I said that I don't know when it's going to be, but it'll be soon. And I think, 3 episodes later is pretty soon, if you ask me. And I said I don't know how many episodes it's going to be. And that's true. I don't. It might be, I know it's going to be 3. And it's probably not going to be 7. So it's 3 to 6. We'll see. But this is part 1, and it's all about this series, or this episode is about using AI as an affiliate manager. I think the next 1, 2, or 3 will be about that same topic, about using it as an affiliate manager. Then we'll have an episode or 2 or 3 about using it as an affiliate marketer. Again, I don't know. I haven't planned these out. I don't know how long it's going to take me to talk about the things that I've kind of got on the agenda for today. I think today I'm probably going to share roughly the first 10, but it might be 6, it might be 11. I don't know. And I'm going to share ways that I use AI nearly every single day to run programs. I have tested, I have refined every single one of these inside of real affiliate programs. So this is not theory, okay? This is specific stuff that I am doing. These are real things. I am not going to share with you things that I think might work. I could, but why would I do that? Why would you listen to, here's some things I think maybe would work. Maybe you should try them. I don't know if they'll work. I haven't done them. No, this is things that I am, not only have I done them, but I've done them, most of them, with a frequency of either every day or, as applicable, every week or 2 weeks. And I've been doing them all for more than 90 days. Some of these I've been doing for well over a year. So these are proven. There are many things I've done that I'm not going to share because they honestly didn't work. They either made things take longer or the result was worse, things like that. Now, before we jump in, if you want specific prompts or you want some help implementing these ideas, you can shoot me a text at 260-217-4619. I'm not going to share specific prompts like me. Here, I'm going to read my prompts. Most of everything you're going to do is pretty just natural language. Are there ways to get a little bit better results? Absolutely. But most of the stuff, just talk to it like you would talk to a person. But if you do want specific prompts, like you're like, hey, I heard what you said about number 13. Could I get the prompt for that? If I still have it, if I have a specific prompt, I will definitely, be happy to send it to you. One thing before we get in, I use a bunch of different AIs. Okay. The 3 that I use overwhelmingly more than any others are ChatGPT, Grok, and Gemini. And I use them for different things. And you may find different results. What I have found, I'll give you an example. The email that I sent out for this episode, if you saw it, was something along the lines of, the Pope is talking about this. Now, as I'm recording this, the new election of the Pope is a big deal. He's an American Pope, and he's from Chicago, and it's a pretty cool thing, right? And so it's big news. Any new Pope election's big news. And he talked about AI. So I went to Grok. I use Grok for a lot of research, deep research, data, other things. Like I'm using it right now to create. I'll come back. I'll talk about that in a little bit. So I used Grok to say, hey, I've got a podcast episode coming up about AI. What are some news related events that are happening right now that people will relate to and that are related to this topic, right? And so what I've done is I've actually trained that chat in Grok to go out and look for the news, and it knows kind of like the things that I'm looking for, and it'll give me 10 suggestions. And I'll say, great, that's a great one, the Pope, and it'll give me a brief on it, and it'll cite the news sources if I need to. So I can say, hey, there's an article in Forbes about this, there's an article in Fortune magazine about this, and it gives me that. Then I can use that to write the email. And so that's an example of like one of the ways where I'm using Grok. And then Gemini is great at remembering. It's by far the best at keeping like characters. Writing. A friend of mine and I started a company writing children's books, and I'll tell you all more about that later. And I use ChatGPT to create the initial profile. It's really good at creating an initial image. So we load in the character profile, we say create an image, and we take that over to Grok, and it's really good at keeping the image consistent because there's 14 chapters in the first book. And we need Olivia and Emery and Noah and Ari to look the same in all 14 images. And Gemini is so much better than ChatGPT at that, and 10 million times better than Grok at it. So that's how I use Gemini. And these are just some examples. I use Gemini for other stuff as well. So Grok and Gemini for deep research, ChatGPT more for creation. So again, just some things like I'm using different ones. I may or may not remember to mention like, hey, I'm using, Grok more for this thing, et cetera, et cetera. You may find different things, play around with it, and you're going to get good results. So how do I use AI to save a bunch of time? And I feel like I've already made myself in, 2 years of using AI heavily. I am a 5, maybe upwards of a 7 times better affiliate manager. I think in another year or two, I will be 10 to 20 times better than what I was just a year or two ago. So number one thing that I use it for, and these are in no particular order, by the way. The first thing I use it for is to create swipe copy that actually converts. I use AI to, first of all, generate the base swipe copy for our affiliates. So for instance, with Passionate Penny Pincher, we have a recent promo for work planners. Okay, these are planners that they can use from July through June. So they're not just January through, December work planners. It's a big launch, and there's certain details about it. And I basically just take the description from the site, take the text, and I say, hey, generate me some base swipe copy for the average affiliate. So now we have our base or basic swipe copy. And I've trained it. This is the first thing I did. So I do use ChatGPT for this one. Another one that I use quite a bit, and it's really, really good at this, is Claude. The reason I don't use Claude is actually kind of a weird one for this. It's because I'm currently using it for something else, and I keep running out of tokens on a daily basis. If you're not familiar, tokens are just basically usage, right? And so because I'm using it so heavily for something else, and it's going to be that way for the foreseeable future, I decided to use GPT. I actually think Claude might be marginally better. And part of it was just I didn't feel like logging in and out of 2 different accounts on Claude. Just that's the simple reason. And trying to remember where I'm at and things like that. So I will use, right now I'm using it in GPT. Again, you could use Claude. Either one would work pretty darn well. But I basically I loaded about 50 emails from various affiliates of this program. Some of the client emails, probably more like 75 to 100 actually, now that I think about it. I just loaded all these emails. I had my VA going back to the episode where I talked about working with a VA, I had them load all the emails into a document. And I said, here's the model. Now write copy like this. And then I trained it to create versions for different audiences. So you might create one for, mommy bloggers. I know they don't like that term, but yeah, I'm just saying mom bloggers, for podcast hosts, for people who are writing, review posts and things like that. And you give them, different swipe copy. As I've mentioned in the previous episode, I can even take this and write swipe copy for individual affiliates by training it and saying, okay, here's my John Smith copy. Here's 30 of his emails. Now take this copy. Here's his audience profile. And now take this generic copy and write it for John Smith. And I can do that. So this saves a ton of time because I don't have to write the swipe copy or work with a copywriter to do it. I'm able to create 3, 4, 5 different versions, even some specific versions for individual affiliates. Saves a ton of time, gives them better tools. The biggest thing is you just got to take that time up front. It shouldn't take you hours, but it might take you 20, 25 minutes to train it by giving it personas to write for, giving it example emails of, good affiliates, things like that. And so that's for email swipe copy. Again, we'll talk a little bit more later about social media copy as well. The second way that I use it is creating amazing graphics without a design team. So we're able to create graphics for affiliates using AI image tools. And again, I'm platform agnostic. Right now, I'm actually using with ChatGPT 4.0. I've found that it's as good as anything else. There are a couple of others that I've used in the past that honestly, when 4.0 came out and I started using it, I was like, no, I don't need, there's no reason for me to pay an extra $7,500 a month, frankly. Why not save $1,000 a year when it's just as good? And so what I've done is I've created for each client, I've created a chat. And again, you can do this with your own stuff. I could create multiples for each client, but I uploaded their brand logos, some product descriptions, some overall descriptions. I found some affiliate images that affiliates had created on their own and uploaded those and said, these are some great examples. I uploaded all the past creatives. Now, again, if you're doing this from scratch, you don't have those. So if you don't have past images, 5 years from now, when you've designed no images, and just had AI do it, it's kind of hard to do that. But I had some for most of our clients. And then I uploaded all those again with the logos. I uploaded the logos in different colors and formats so that it had everything that it needed. I told it fonts, like here are the fonts that we've used in the past, things like that. And then I gave it just general guidelines, like, who the target audience is. So the target audience is, typically going to be mothers aged 25 to 54. And, we want to stick with soft pastels. Here are some brand colors. Like I literally just took colors off the site and gave it the RGB colors, gave it the hex codes for those colors and things like that. And then I was like, okay, I'd like you to create, I did this recently. I just set up a new one. I set brand new one for a client. And I said, create, I've got a 20% off site-wide sale plus free shipping. Create some images or create some graphics. Oh, also I uploaded product images, and this is super important. Upload them one at a time, or you can upload multiple versions of the same product image. Like if you have different, views of it and things like that, with a product description. So like tell the name of it, name the files like, so Canabolics, one of our clients, it would be like canabolics-freeze-gel.png. And then there might be like 3 views of that. And I would upload it, and I would upload that along with any images of where the product's being used. Like affiliates have posted pictures of, things like that. So here's all the pictures. There's 8 pictures, all of the freeze gel. And then I upload the product description of it and who it's for and what it does, et cetera, et cetera. And again, that takes a lot of time. It takes less time for me to upload just a bunch of random images, kind of like that. With Canabolics, for example, there's, roughly 10 products. Probably takes me twice as long to upload those 10 products as it does to create one image. So it takes the same amount of time as it does for me to create 2 or 3 of these graphics. But that's one time that I've done it. And then every other time it's so much easier. So I had it create images and I trained it. I'm like, I like this. I don't like this. Here's what I changed. Again, to go back to the swipe copy thing. If you change something, tell it what you changed and why you changed it. I don't like this word. I don't like this format, and just train it. And so now it's gotten to the point where I tell it what it is. Like for Mother's Day with all of our clients, everything was so trained that I just had to create the images and we were good to go. I mean, so unbelievably easy. So creating images is the second thing. The third thing is, this is a cool one, predicting and addressing objections before they happen. So this is one of the coolest ways that you can use AI just in general, is asking a question like, why wouldn't someone promote this? Why wouldn't someone buy this? Why wouldn't someone download it? Why wouldn't someone pay $499 for it? And you get that pushback. And then that allows you, okay, why wouldn't somebody buy it? Okay, how can I overcome this? How is this overcoming of the objection? How would you overcome that objection that you just brought up? This helps us with affiliates to write better outreach emails, to write better follow-up emails, to write better onboarding emails, to write better sales copy on the affiliate landing page, to write better everything. So why wouldn't you promote this in general? But then later on, okay, here's our Mother's Day promo. Why wouldn't you promote this? I use this with almost every promo. Occasionally I forget. Like occasionally the promo is so freaking good that I don't bother. But I use this as much as possible. It allows us to strengthen our value proposition and also to kind of rethink sometimes, okay, maybe this contest isn't that great. Sounds really good in my head. We even brainstormed it as humans. The client loves the promo. I love the promo. It's worked in the past, but that's a valid point. That's a really good point. I also asked, like, why wouldn't it work? And so, for instance, I mean, you would think I'm pretty smart. I just didn't catch the fact that the way that we had a certain promo set up was going to basically mean that we made almost no money. So we reworded it so that we can make some money. And again, I just used AI to basically say, what's wrong with this? And it went, well, here's 4 things that I see wrong. Frankly, 3 of the 4 I wasn't concerned about, but that 4th one I went, oh, good point. All right, number 4, build affiliate training tools so quickly. AI is one of the most amazing things at turning long blog posts or videos into things like cheat sheets and checklists, or just like one page, PDFs, right? Or downloads. So again, if you do an affiliate webinar, just ask it, like, here's the webinar. I like to provide the transcript for it. I think we're probably only a year or 2 away from not needing to do that. But again, I have AI generate the transcript and then I give it, a separate thing. I just found that works better. I say, here's a transcript of this hour-long training I did. Turn it into a 1-page quick start guide. And it does it. This is huge. It helps affiliates, especially new affiliates, take action faster in a very confident way. And as you know, hopefully by now, everything is a race to get them to get that first sale, to get that first success, to get to that 3 or 4 sale mark where suddenly it's like, okay, they've made multiple sales and this is going to be a big thing for us. And so cheat sheets and checklists, same thing with any type of thing. Sometimes I'll just record like a 20-minute launch overview video or audio where I talk through the launch and boom, boom, boom. And then I say, hey, turn this into a quick checklist, no more than 8 items. And it turns it into those 8 items. And it's amazing. Absolutely amazing how this works. All right, number 5. This is somewhat it's on the same level as what I just talked about. But when I do affiliate calls, when I have a call with an affiliate, and I take the transcript, I upload it, I ask AI to summarize it, highlight the action items, turn it into whatever it needs to do. Now, if I do the call on Zoom, and that's often the case, Zoom has a really good AI summarizer and it highlights the action items, etc. But I take that and I turn it into a specific plan in a trained AI. where I have a trained chat in GPT where it basically says, okay, here's your X number of day calendar. Here's what you're going to do. If it's for a launch, here's your launch calendar. If it's for, here's your launch checklist and your launch cheat sheet. And it just, again, it's amazing what we can do. So I'll take the transcript and I'll take the summary that Zoom gives me and I'll say, turn this into whatever I need to turn it into, a checklist for this specific affiliate, all those types of things. If there is a conversation specifically about style and things like that, I'll take what they said about their audience and how they describe their audience, plus 20 or 30 of examples of their emails, which, I mean, simply, again, you can do it yourself. Half the time I do. Sometimes if it requires a little bit of work, I'll have a VA do it. And we'll create a document with 20 or 30 of their emails. We upload that and say, here's, again, John Smith style. Or I did one recently where I said, here's a social media influencer, about 1.1 million followers. And we want to create social media copy for them. It's like, here's the URL. Here's their Instagram profile. Go. Create Instagram content for them. Here's their X profile. Boom. Sometimes when you have a smaller affiliate, but you still want to kind of help them, you find a few that are like it and you say, go look at theirs too. But again, like taking these webinars, these affiliate calls, Q&A calls, all those things, and turning that into stuff is you can create multiple assets from one call, from one live event, from one webinar, whatever it is. I even have it with, when I do those calls, I have it create me a follow-up plan for them. So what that means is, here are the emails or the messages that I'm going to send to this affiliate over the next X number of days. So if we talked about A, B, C, and D, then I'm going to follow up on A on, Tuesday. I'm going to follow up on B on, the following Tuesday, something like that. I would never be able to do that on my own. Not in a million years. So it's a huge way that AI helps. Number 6, sort of talked about this a moment ago, but so again, there's gonna be a lot where I'm like, I've got these bullet points and I'm like, well, crap, I ended up talking about that before. I didn't mean to, but I did. So, but I'm still going to go through the bullet points because I'll probably talk more in detail about it. So there'll be some overlap between these points. I think you're beginning to see that. And I'm probably going to do like, I don't know, maybe 2, maybe, again, I don't know how many I'm going to do. But staying on brand when writing to affiliates. So again, no matter whether you are running an affiliate management agency, or you have 2 or 3 clients, or you're an in-house affiliate manager, whatever it might be, you want especially if the affiliates are often also customers and they know the brand tone. Maybe they became an affiliate months after becoming a customer. I use AI to match the client's voice for affiliate communication. So again, what I said earlier, I'll take 50 to 100 of the client's emails, dump them in, say this is the client, tone and style, learn their tone and style. Then I'll take a generic email that I want to create. I'll say, now I'd like you to rewrite this in the style of the client. And it does. And I go through about 4 to 12 iterations of that where I get it really fine-tuned and it nails it down. I also I have a file that I have of, I don't know, 500 plus emails that I've written to affiliates over the year. And I say, here are the types of things that I say and whatnot. And then I use that and I say, okay, I'd like you to rewrite, this email, this email, this email. These are past emails that I've used before. And we go through those iterations and we get it trained. And then I basically just give it a prompt and I'll be like, okay, we have a 20% site-wide sale coming up and I'd like to write an email. Here are the details about the products that are, on sale, blah, blah, blah. And it does it. I mean, it's amazing, Now I created my own tool for that. FYI, that one is not one I'm selling. It's just one that I created that outside of, ChatGPT and stuff because I needed to, because there's some fine tuning that I needed to do and I freaking love it. That's something it's not that well, the reason I'm never going to sell that tool, I don't think maybe I will. Probably not going to. I don't frankly want to do it. I don't think there's enough demand. So if I'm wrong, you can text me, um, and let me know. So let me know, like, no, actually, I really would like that tool. Again, my number is 260-217-4619. So if I'm wrong, I don't plan on doing it, mostly because I don't think that I want to I don't want to have to make it pretty and all that. Now, there is a tool I'll talk about in a moment that I might sell. But again, creating this like on brand messages to your affiliates, even if you're an in-house affiliate manager, you still want to be on brand. And that's so important. Number 7, creating just killer affiliate emails. Now, not swipe copy, but emails to your affiliates and creating them unbelievably fast. Now, I mentioned that I'm building a tool for this. So if you're interested in early access or trying it out, I don't know the timeline on it. It's built. I'm using it now, but we're doing the things to kind of make it pretty and usable by the average person. Because, like, for instance, there's certain things where when you pay for something like a tool like this, I don't want you to have to continually prompt it. There's a particular piece of the prompt that I have to copy and paste every time because it forgets. I don't, and we're trying to like train it on the backside to where it automatically does that. And it's a simple, like, 2 sentences, but again, if you're buying a tool like this, you shouldn't have to copy and paste that every time. But you can text me at 260-217-4619, like I said before. And again, if you're interested, this is a tool to basically help you write killer affiliate emails. Like I mentioned, I mean, it's been trained on, well, this one actually has been trained on over 5,000. We basically took every email that we've ever written that we documented. So, some clients we had 100 emails, other clients we had 400 or 500. Going back, there's our affiliate program where we sent over 1,000 affiliate emails. So again, these are emails to the affiliates. These, like, we took other people's affiliate emails. I'm a member of, like I've mentioned before, over, I don't know, whatever, 10,000 now affiliate programs. And we only took the good ones, but usually I get one good one a day. So I don't even know. Maybe it's 10. I'll go look in a little bit and see. I might be 10,000 emails. We took these, we loaded them into this, AI. And we said, these are what affiliate emails should be. And then we trained it on our writing style. So you do have to submit some of your own samples. I think a minimum of 5, but preferably the more the better. If you can submit 100, and they can be writing samples of just about anything. It could be emails that you've just sent to if individual affiliates, right? Like responses and things like that. The idea is to train it on your voice, and it knows what works, and it knows what flops, and it sounds just like me. And so we're able to then say, hey, we have this promotion coming up. I want to write an email to the affiliates about this promotion that makes them be so excited to promote this. Go. And then it writes the first email. And then you make 4 or 5 tweaks. And then you say, here are the changes I made. And then the next time you do it, you only have to make 3 tweaks. And then you tell them, and then the next time maybe you have to make 3 again. But usually after about the 5th to 10th time, you don't have to make any tweaks. I'm most of our clients now, I'm not tweaking the emails. They are perfect. They're absolutely perfect. So I'm going to wrap up after this next one. It's our top 8 today. Actually, these are in no particular order. Some of the ones I'm covering in the next episode are just as important, if not more important, than some of the stuff I covered today. But it kind of ties in with what I just talked about, and that is building these automated onboarding sequences. Again, we trained the AI. You need to train it. If you see some onboarding sequences that you like from an affiliate program, teach it. Or again, you can use our tool if you're interested. Just text me. Again, it's not available yet, but should be soon, and I'll let you know. But AI can help you, draft an onboarding flow. And so, the first, the first email is a welcome and what to expect and where to get things. Email number 2 might be, swipe copy and assets and things like that. The second or third one might be like some first promo ideas, and the next one is bonus reminders and a soft nudge, and how can I help, things like that. And you say, here's the sequence I want, write the emails, and it does. And the cool thing is now you can easily tailor this to, okay, I've got a newbie affiliate, I'm going to treat them differently than a seasoned pro. So you say, I want to write this sequence for newbies and seasoned pros, for mom bloggers, for, Instagram influencers, for people who are primarily doing sales on Instagram, for people who are primarily doing sales on Facebook, for people who are going to do review posts, for people who are going to run ads, whatever it may be. And you can build this onboarding sequence that is tailored to them. So there you have it. You have 8 tools, 8 ways today. I can't wait to talk. I got so many more. Oh my gosh. So, how to create swipe copy and emails and graphics, onboarding flows, all that. Listen, some of this could be a little bit heavy for you because you're not like big into AI. You don't have to be an AI expert. You just have to be smart enough to feed it good inputs. 99% of the time, just talk to it like you would it was somebody sitting right there. You just tell it what you want. Use please and thank you. It's a weird thing that there is documented evidence that suggests that it works better if you do, but also it's what you would say. Like you wouldn't just walk up to your designer and be like, create me an image. No, you would say, hey, could you please create me an image that blah, 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 blah. So again, if you want some of the prompts that I use to make this all happen, you can text me 260-217-4619. Just let me know what you want in terms of like, hey, what prompt do you use for that? If I have it, I'll send it to you. If I don't, I'll tell you I don't have that. Like some of these chats are so old that I don't even have some of the original prompts. And then make sure, if you haven't yet, click subscribe. You do not want to miss. Like I said, this is at least a 4-part series, probably 5 or 6, maybe 7, but probably not. In part 2, I'm going to share how to use AI to segment affiliates, how to find some hidden high performers. That's kind of cool. How to brainstorm creative new outreach strategies, and a ton more, including some of the ones I did not get to today, like how to use AI to brainstorm contest ideas and prizes and stuff like that. So excited about that. So make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, because that's when I'll see you next. Until then, bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening today. If you know someone who would benefit from hearing this episode, make sure to share it with them. And if you have a question, you can ask it at asktheaffiliateguy.com. Questions make my best episode, and it's a great way to get featured right here on the podcast. And if you're loving what you're hearing, please take a moment to leave a rating and review. That helps others find this content so we can all benefit from it. See you soon.